info. Which campaign promises made sense last week? Which campaign promises made sense last week? It's the road to February 25th. The candidates are ramping up their appearances, understandably, trying to change more minds, trying to win people over. All of that is happening all over the country at the same time in many places. And it brings me to today's big hard fact. It's exactly 46 days until the general elections in 2023. It's happening on the 25th of February, 2023. And you are doing everything that you can to ensure that you have your PVC available when you're getting there to vote. It's just a month and a half away. Crunch time. Final hour. The candidates are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you. They're trying to convince you to vote for them. They're trying to convince you not to vote for their opponents. You're hustling your card. You're hustling very hard to pick up those cards before the window closes. I'm working very hard myself to get you all the facts that you need so that you can for February 25th. Let's talk about criticizing Peter Obi for saving Anambra money. Then let's talk about Obi promising to reduce entry barriers for Gencos. And then let's talk about Tinubu promising to get new local government areas into the constitution. Like I said, they're throwing everything at us. Everything at us. They're throwing everything at us. So we'll talk about all of those things. But let's start with Tinubu and Obi. At a campaign rally, Bola Tinubu called Peter Obi heartless. Here's what he said.
My people, you cannot entrust your future or that of our nation to Mr. Self-African, Atiku, or the stingy Mr. Obi. For God's sake, what has Atiku brought home? He will dispose of our refineries. He did sell our alcohol. My people, all he could do was boast that he saved money. I don't know how much, but I tell you, it is a wicked parent like Obi given the opportunity to feed his children, investing tomorrow on their behalf, and hold money in his hand while the children starve and go to bed hungry. That is Obi wickedness.
Well, Peter Obi was at a town hall this week, and here is how he responded.
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is the standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008. So we are late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria is stopped in 2015, Anambra was number one. And that includes, I was number one in education, This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria. By UNDP, was number 1 in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was number 1. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check. Ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here, and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Bako, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was number 1. I'm calling names of people.
So B is saying that he didn't let Anambra people starve. He says he found a way to develop the state's healthcare, education, economy, and infrastructure, and still save money. Obi's position is that saving and development are not an either-or situation for him. That's him, Peter Obi. He says that they are either-or for others because of corruption.
It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption.
Thank you.
One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone and just said, go and see whether there's anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue. When people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you are now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
Well, there you have it. You have Tinubu on one side, Peter Obi on the other side. Atiku hasn't responded yet. When he does, we'll play his response as well. But what do you think of Tinubu's criticism? Do you think his criticism of Obi saving money, do you think it's valid? Did Obi prove that he didn't let his people starve? From this answer that you just heard, do you think he's proven that he did not let his people starve? Is he correct when he says that many Nigerian politicians don't understand fiscal prudence? 0700-993-993. That's for WhatsApp. Actually, that's for the phone number for men. 0700-993-993. 01465-7190. That's for women. Women call us on 01465-7190. Then WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. You can also drop comments on social media. We're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Lillian.
Lillian, welcome. What do you think?
I was just laughing. Peter Obi response to Mr. Tinubu's allegation of him being stingy and starving his people. And I was not expecting anything less. He's a man that he has turned clean and he has proven. Research has been made. Personally, I've googled, I've asked people that are from the state. So I think Mr. Tinubu just has nothing on him. He has nothing on Peter.
Okay.
It's just a political rubbish. He has nothing on Peter.
Okay, all right. Thank you for calling. 99.3, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
Gabriel from Ikoyi.
Welcome, Gabriel.
I think Mr. Tinubu doesn't have anything to campaign with at all. If I stay Lagos, I stay Anambra at that time. If you put two of them one side by side, it will do far better. If you want to travel from Anambra to Imo State, it's coming back to the state photo and Barad Road. What I blame Peter Obi for, which I did this supporting, he's not able to build airports. out of 95 private jets in Nigeria, another get half of it. They are highest traveling people of Nigeria. And that airport we not able to build. Now, in secondly, after the last governor built it, that way I blame Obi for.
Okay.
So we were able to build airport for the Anambra people because they are the highest businessmen.
Okay.
Private jets, they are the highest in the country.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Gabriel. Now, of course, I don't know where Gabriel got his data that Anambra businessmen have half the private jets in Nigeria. I've not seen that data myself, but I would like to see some proof of that. Let's speak with Kehinde. Kehinde is joining us from Finland. Hi, Kehinde.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi.
I beg, you said check him now. This argument of this will be just saved only is so flawed. I don't know who is advising them to continue with this argument. Look, okay, take yourself for example. Do you save?
Yes.
Does it mean you don't invest?
No.
I don't understand how they can come up with such argument that he only saved. I think for me, I think Obi is too modest with his campaign.
Okay.
Too modest.
Okay.
Because you need to go check the records of that man. The man did a lot. Okay, look at Innocent, for example. Look at Innocent. How he helped how he stabilized Innocent. Do you know how many employment opportunities that guy brought to Anambra State? Look at Sabmila. Look at Durex Pharmacists. I don't know. That guy is just too modest. He's not showing us, talking about what he did. I was reading through his achievements today in Anambra. My God, you will be blown away with what this guy did with little IGR. And someone will claim that he increased IGR, and we are not seeing much development in Lagos. I think for me, Tinubu is competent. I can't say he's not competent. He's competent. I can't say he's not competent. But something trumps the two of them for me.
Okay.
What trumps the two of them is the character, the trustworthiness. Someone who has empathy. That's what trust. So I feel everybody knows who is addressing the issues. Everybody knows who is going to his campaign to shout Obi. So I think Nigerians will choose the right person. Thank you, Sandra.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, this is Kennedy calling from Lagos.
Kennedy, you need to turn that radio off. Come on.
Yeah. Actually, when you look at compare the two characters, obviously Obi supersedes Tinubu.
Okay.
Obi, as at the time he was the governor of Anambra State, check out the internal generated revenue. IGR of Anambra State was just about, in a year, was about approximately 3 point something or 6 point something billion, sorry. But Lagos State generated enough more than Anambra State. I am an eyewitness to what transpired in Anambra State when Obi was the governor of Anambra State. Couple of things he did. The road network in Anambra State was fantastically good. Apart from that, the civil servants were paid. He met over 70-something billion debt. He paid, and then reserved excess money for Anambra State. Invested even the second Niger bridge in question we are talking about, and giving glories to APC. Obi started it. You know, listen to what he said when they were commissioning that. As in, the starting when Jonathan was there. So what are we talking about? How can somebody come and start talking what he doesn't know? Why can somebody just because of... In fact, Obi is too much, just like the last speaker said. Obi is too modest for Nigeria. Obi is just the character we needed in this country to take ourselves to that Eldorado of success Nigeria is Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. If you just tuned in, you're wondering, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Well, during the campaign trail, in Ondo State, the APC presidential candidate said that Pete Obi was wicked and stingy and heartless. In fact, let me play his words for you directly so you can hear it for yourself, to be honest.
All he could do was boast that he saved money. I don't know how much, but I tell you, it is a wicked parent like Obi given the opportunity to feed his children, invest in tomorrow on their behalf, and hold money in his hand where the children starve and go to bed hungry. That is Obi wickedness. It is true that the Atlas governor will owe back money when hungry school children It is true that the Atlas governor will owe back money when hungry school children, roads and clinic went into disrepair. Neither the city dweller nor farmer prospers during such a time. In the end, he received to save the people because he preferred to save the money. And he claimed to be a party labor. Is that labor? Is that labor? You will have to be laboring under a terrible delusion if you think he will do a better job for this nation than he did for Anambra State. What is there to be proud of after Obi left? Obi has nothing to be proud of.
Bola Tinubu in Ondo State at the APC rally, the presidential rally there. 0700-993-993-993. So he said that Obi was at a town hall and Obi responded saying this.
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is the standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008, so we are late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria it stopped in 2015, Anambra was number one. And that includes, I was number one in education. This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria, by UNDP, number one in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was number one. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check. Ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Sparko, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was number one. I'm calling names of people. It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption.
Thank you.
One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone and just said, go and see whether there's anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue when people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you're now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
014657190 0700-993-993 Was Tinubu's criticism of Obi saving money valid? Did Obi prove that he didn't let his people starve? Is he correct when he says many Nigerian politicians don't understand fiscal prudence. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, unfortunately, the connection is not very clear. You're going to have to give us a call back. Good evening. Oh, that's unfortunate. Call us back if you can. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Sandra. Sandra, good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, Sandra. Welcome.
Okay. I just tuned in now and I listened to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
What I have to do is enough of condemning the next candidates or contestants. They should tell us what you can do for us. We are dying of hunger. Don't tell us the other person cannot do, cannot work, cannot do. Tell us what you can do and how you're going to achieve those things. Actually, in our background, the road is locked down. After I must have bought fuel at 250, I will now waste it on the road. So what we want to hear from these people is tell us what you can do, how you can better our life. That is what we want to hear. And not that this person is doing this person is the other one, the other person is. Tell us how you can better our life and how you're going to do it. Okay. And the timeline is very, very important to us because we need to come out of the pit we're into now.
Sandra, thanks for calling. Good thing is, they did make a few promises on the campaign trail, and we'll get into that after the break. So, for instance, Bola Tinubu said that he will put an end to estimated billing for electricity. That's good. Peter Obi said that he will make it easier for new Gencos, to get into the business of generating power. So both of them talked about electricity. We'll get into that after the break. But first of all, let's talk about this one where they're boozing each other. 99.3, hello.
Hi, good evening, Sandra.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
My name is Chika.
Welcome, Chika.
Well, I think having taken a listen to both of them, you cannot but say that Peter Obi is actually way ahead of Tinubu. It's quite unfortunate that since part of the whole revenue that Tinubu and his success sort of generated, they were not able to meet up the NDG as of 2015. And from the little that Peter Obi was able to generate, he met the NDG goals and even saved a lot. I mean, could be a father that actually was he called now, that ate the fortune of his children. And that was Peter Obi. Peter Obi actually did all they did, save for Anambra State, which even make it possible for the administration to even take up on a smooth ride. And it's on record that Obiano said it, that it was through the savings of Mr. Peter Obi that he was able to build the Anambra Airport. So when you look at everything that Peter Obi did, I mean, you cannot but begin to question where Tinubu is actually making his decision or his judgment from. This man came, he built a general hospital in a less than 8 years. He came in, he built about how many school of nursing and midwifery in Anambra State. He had the best road network in Anambra State. From the little that he was able to generate, despite the huge revenue that Lagos State has been generating since 1999 that Tinubu came in as governor. Lagos State has not actually attained the status of the best road network in Nigeria. Lagos State has not actually been number one when it comes to health, when it comes to education, and when it even comes to the NDG. So what are we talking about? Peter Obi did a lot. I think it's actually left for Tinubu and APC to begin to look towards the other way around. I mean, him and Atiku can go on and begin to shame themselves. They shouldn't even bring in Peter Obi into this at all. Because when you take a holistic look at three of them, none of them actually come close to Peter Obi in any way.
All right, Chika. Thank you for calling. Tochukwu Obidozie on Facebook says, Sandra, when I first heard Tinubu's statement, I thought it was one of his Bablu moments. I was shocked to see he actually read this from a script. It means not just him, but his team came together and put this down. Sandra, we are in trouble. God abego. Tochukwu, thank you for your message. We'll take a break. When we come back from this break, let's talk about some of the promises that Tinubu and Peter Obi made on the campaign trail. Again, both of them talking about power, what they want to do, and maybe how they intend to do it. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, Ezekwesili on social media. We'll be back in 6 minutes. Don't go away.
Nigerian mentality. If you're not finding happiness in your home, you pray. You're number one.
Listen to this public service announcement. Are you or anyone around you having rashes on the face, hands, feet, and any part of the body that may be filled with liquid or pus? With or without a sudden fever, headache, body pain, and weakness? You may be infected with monkeypox. Monkeypox is an infectious disease transmitted from animals to humans and from humans to humans. To protect yourself and loved ones, avoid contact with sick or dead animals. Avoid skin-to-skin contact with persons infected with or showing symptoms of monkeypox. Do not share, touch, or handle clothing and personal items of an infected person. Stay safe by washing your hands frequently with soap under running water, especially after caring for or visiting sick people. Early detection saves lives.
If you or anyone around you shows symptoms, please visit the nearest health facility for treatment to help stop the spread of the disease. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health, NCDC, and partners.
Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC FMN is committed to creating an integrated supply chain that can provide stakeholders with complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products. FMN continues to provide the needed support to its business partners through capacity development and the establishment of a sustainable route-to-market structure. Through its R&D strategy, FMN has created an agile route-to-market structure that allows for seamless product mobility and delivery from the point of processing to the end users. From farm to table, the group has created a resilient and sustainable supply chain structure. FMN is committed to affording Nigerians complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products from cultivation to final consumption, while accelerating food processing, value addition, and the sustainable development of its supply chain. The group is passionate about feeding the nation every day and is a source of livelihood for millions of Nigerian families. FMN, feeding possibilities, transforming lives.
It's a new dawn for Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Vote Bola Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
Wake up, sleepyhead. It's girls' day out.
Fine. What's the plan for today?
Okay, so we have a 9 a.m. hair and nail appointment at the salon. At 3 p.m., we're going to watch the new superhero movie. Have drinks with Emeka and his friend at 6. At 8, we're going to try out the new restaurant at the mall and...
All that in one day? How?
Easy, my love. Start your day with a bowl of cereal made specially with Olympic milk. And let's get going.
Enjoy the goodness of Olympic milk to own your day. Olympic milk. Stay active.
Growing up can be confusing. And everybody tells you what to do with your life. But nobody really knows what you're going through. They don't get why you tricked your friend or why you even stole from a notorious kingpin. They're just quick to judge. If only they knew what the true story is. I am Shaya, and I want to tell you my story.
Watch Far From Home on Netflix, 16th December. Nollywood is home.
Everyone is at the table for lunch. Mom is bringing in the jollof rice. And then...
John!
Sorry, Mom.
Hello? Can I order some jollof rice to be delivered?
Mama saves the day. Lunch is here.
Mom, I got some Coke too.
Just come and eat, Joe.
Cook up memorable moments because family lunch and an ice cold Coke make a recipe for wonder. Coca-Cola, real wonder.
Shey you dey whine me ni? Why you see rain for this heavy sun?
No be that kind rain o. This one na data rain with my MTN NG app o. Na 1 gig data for everybody wey download the app. You know me now. You go also get up to 2 gig free data when you recharge from 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app.
Up to 2 gig data when I recharge with my debit card for my MTN NG app? This na real data rain o.
No be there e end o. You go also get 10% extra on top every airtime recharge when you recharge for my MTN NG app.
Wait first o, you mean say I recharge for morning on my MTN NG app?
You get 10% extra airtime.
For evening nko?
10% extra airtime on top your recharge.
Wait, what do you call the app again?
My MTN NG app.
Correct. I dey download now. Hey, na true. They give me 1 gig one time. Oya,
wetin dey enjoy from all the better things wey Jaburata for Lagos. As e come be so, make we all come out for election day and vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria.
Vote Senator Kashim Shettima as the vice president.
Vote APC.
Better don land o. Close up toothpaste don carry the senior brother of Awoof enter town. When you buy 140 grams close up, you go get free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection with no extra cost. That is to say, for every 140 grams close up red toothpaste wey you buy, free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection dey there for you. Make una rush am as e dey hot before e finish. Close up, stay fresh and protected.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Road to February 2023. February 25th, to be precise. 46 days away. A month and a half. Everybody's doing everything. Politicians are promising all kinds of things. And that's what we're going to talk about next. So, apart from calling Peter Obi wicked and heartless, Bola Tinubu made promises on the campaign trail. He said he will put an end to estimated billing for electricity. Let me read what he said. Quote, "By all means, you must have electricity and you won't pay for estimated billing anymore." End quote. Now, Lagos, let me point out that already under the NERC regulations, estimated billing is not allowed. We've talked about this so many times. The discos are supposed to supply meters to everybody. So, this is not a question of rules or policy. It's a question of implementation. So if I were interviewing Tinubu, if Tinubu was in my studio and I was asking him questions, I would be asking him, well, how do you intend to push NERC and the discos to ensure that we all get meters so that estimated billing can end? Tinubu also said he'll transform Edo State into what he called an economic hub. He said that when he was at the rally in Benin. He said, quote, "I will make Edo an economic hub, train the youths in skills acquisition, and empower small-scale industries. We will turn this state into an energy state, turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips." End quote. What do you think about that? Do you think that there's an overlap of skills between doing internet fraud and manufacturing microchips? Do you think that there's an overlap there? Maybe Tinubu meant to talk about software development, because lots of people always say, "Why can't Yahoo boys learn to code?" Nobody same laptop that they press, you know. So maybe Tinubu meant to say that because chip making. They use laptop do chip making, you know. But it's the kind of goof that's. You know, anyway, let me move away from that. So, yes, the Tinubu campaign also said that if elected, he will work to add all LCDAs to the official list of local governments in the constitution. So, you know that the LCDAs that we have here in Lagos, they're not officially recognized as local governments. I'm hoping you know that, because to be a local government, you have to be added to the constitution. So they have to do a constitutional amendment. That was the reason for the fight between President Obasanjo and Governor Tinubu when they were both in power. Lagos State government created all these LCDAs, wanted them to share in the local government allocations. Obasanjo said no because it was illegal to do it. But Obasanjo also broke the law by withholding all the allocations for Lagos local government areas. So that's what's going to need to happen there. But Tinubu is promising that as president, he's going to work with the National Assembly to change the constitution to add these LCDAs in Lagos and a few other states to the constitution. So you have Bayelsa. Bayelsa has some LCDAs, I think. Now, remember, to amend the constitution, you also need 2/3 of the states. And the problem is, most of the time, they will want to add their own new local government areas and other stuffs. So and other stuff. So it's not always straightforward, constitutional amendments, but it will be interesting to see how he gets it done. But these are a few of the promises that he's made. Do you think that new local government areas should be created? Do you think that that a president can end estimated billing? Again, remember what I said about estimated billing. There's already a rule that outlaws estimated billing. Suppose they happen. There's NERC. NERC already has policy banning it. It's not allowed. So the next president who says I'm going to end estimated billing should be talking about how he intends to push NERC and discos to ensure that all of us get meters so that estimated billing can end. So that's what Tinubu needs to tell us. And what do you think about this Yahoo Boys becoming chip makers thing? You can't go from pressing laptop to making chips, but maybe there's something that I don't. 0700-993-993. Women, call us on 01465-7190. Hello, thanks for calling us. Sorry about that. Give us a call back if you can. We've got TA. TA is in Finland. Hi, TA.
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome. I'm very well.
Yeah. First and foremost, I think you committed a kind of error in the quote you did. I think you were not with Tinubu's quote. When you were talking about quote and unquote, Yahoo boys to cheap, you didn't finish it now. You end the quote. You did not put it that there. That was the end of the quote.
TA, please go ahead. Can you please go ahead?
Okay. But anyway, going back to serious thought. Okay, so before, Tinubu was saying that he cannot even mention the name of Obi. You understand? But I think that they are beginning to see that this guy is a formidable force. And now his team are beginning to put the name of Obi in his mouth. I think that's something to commend Obi for.
Okay.
And all what Tinubu said about Obi saving and being wicked, I would say that it is dadin. It's nonsense.
Oh God.
Because yes, it's dadin. Because that is nonsense. How can you say that somebody that is saving is being wicked? Because if you don't save, how are you going to be able to invest? It's simple, basic economics. So, and look at the way Obi responded. Obi responded by giving him targets that he met, Millennium Development Goals. Did you meet it when you were governor of Lagos? Or your successor, did they meet it? But when I was a governor, I met all these goals and I was commended for it. So, just imagine when Obi comes to become president, all the SDGs that are yet to be fulfilled or met in Nigeria, I'm very sure that this is what will be the target of this guy, and Nigeria will be better for it. So, in terms of comparison, Obi is far ahead of Tinubu. Tinubu is a good guy in terms of being able to having the political will and everything. The only problem is that his character, his trust is in question. And we don't want a president. Because I'm telling you, if Tinubu becomes president, we that are living abroad, we are in for a big mess because the way we will be looked at to be very terrible for us.
TA, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Sandra, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Gift, calling from First. This is my first time calling.
I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
And this is my third time calling today.
Hey!
Well, this is my first time being successful, though.
Welcome. I'm glad you're successful.
Thank you.
Mm.
So I have to say about this Obi Tinubu issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how someone who says is being seen as a wicked person, because even when Tinubu was like a father that does what and blah blah blah. Excuse me, is it wrong for a father to teach his children how to invest and save? Or is it better for a father to teach his children how to invest and save? Or is it better for a father to teach his children how to invest and then have this sense of entitlement? Or I don't even know how to explain it, but I noticed that there's this sort of entitlement that comes with workers within this Lagos, because I just came back to Lagos because I got married and my husband stays here.
Okay.
So coming back here, I realized that there's for everything you do, you have to drop something. Like they still entitled to your own money for services that they get paid by the government to do. Like you're doing your job, but you feel you're entitled to someone else's money that is coming to
partake of the service,
patronize you or something like that. Like that way of thinking is the problem with Tinubu's government, or yes, like that, because he probably has like plans for Nigeria or stuff, but the promises that come with his plans are the problem, not his promises itself. Like, like not the plans itself. It's the promises that comes with the plan. There's that feeling of, because I feel like he has this feeling of entitlement. Like, I should do this because I did it for you, because I did it for you. When he was governor of Lagos State, he was paid his salary and stuff. So, like, why do you feel entitled to be becoming like the president of Nigeria because you were the governor or something like that?
Thank you very much for calling. All right, let's quickly move to the promises we heard from Peter Obi, because apart from answering the heartless for saving accusations, he got a chance to talk about some of his plans. On power generation, he said that the current system makes it too difficult for new gencos, especially smaller gencos. He said, quote, "We have to open up like South Africa has done. They have power issues like us, even though they are 60 million and they are generating almost 40-something thousand. They declared a state of emergency and they said anybody can generate up to 100,000 megawatts without license," end quote. So Obi is suggesting that part of the solution is to relax some of the bureaucracy and red tape in the power sector until we have enough investment and enough capacity on ground. Do you agree? He also talked about removing fuel subsidy. He said, quote, "I can assure you it will go immediately. Subsidy, I've said it before, is organized crime and I will not allow it to stay a day longer. What they're telling you is not what it is. Half of what is being mentioned is not subsidy. First is that we consume the quantity that is not supposed to be consumed here. We are the same population with Pakistan. They consume below 50% of what we consume. So the first half, I'll remove it. I'll give those people who are drinking it water because that's what they're supposed to drink so that we can save the money," end quote. Now, of course, under the current budget, Lagos subsidy ends at the end of June. So if Obi is elected, he's saying that he's not going to renew subsidy. That's going to mean that you're going to pay more for fuel. I wonder if he's also going to cancel the last month of subsidy, but I guess we'll have to see if he wins for that to happen. But he made a very interesting point about the quantity of petrol that we're claiming to consume as part of the subsidy regime. You know, he said that we're the same population as Pakistan. Pakistan consumes below 50% of what we consume. Obi also talked about fixing the ports. He said the ports don't work because there are lots of people making money from the inefficiencies at the ports. He says he's going to clean house, get rid of many of these people. He also said he'll make it easier for private ports to get set up. Now, Lagos, I should point out that we already have private ports. Or at least we have PPPs to set up private ports. Like the Lekki port. It's a private port. So it's not as if private ports cannot exist. It's a question of creating incentives for investors. If I was interviewing Obi, if he was in the studio with me, I would have asked him what those incentives will be. So those are some of the things that Peter Obi has promised on the campaign trail in the last few days. What do you think? Should Nigeria reduce the red tape for setting up power plants? Should subsidy go? Are corruption and inefficiency the problems at the ports? Are private ports an answer? 0700-993-993-993. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. What's your name, sir? Good evening, sir. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry about that. 99.3.
Hello, Sandra.
Good evening. Good evening.
I'm Ezedum from Fulham.
Welcome, Ezedum.
Thank you very much. Sandra,
Sir.
I did not agree with recognizing LCDAs constitutionally.
Okay.
I thank Obasanjo for opposing it. You see, if you say that you will recognize created state LCDAs, you are telling other states to create their own, that you will recognize it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So it does not make sense to me. Actually, I am advocate of the abolishment of local government.
Okay.
Local government have failed Nigeria. So anybody that is saying that he will recognize LCDAs is out of order.
Okay.
But having said that, if you say that, who are the other boys? Sandra, if you come to Lagos, turn area boys who are becoming a threat to future of Lagos to smart people. You say that you built Lagos, so you built area boys, you built lawlessness, you built extortion over taxation. Sandra, you are meant to pay your tax regularly.
But are there no other things that Tinubu built in Lagos? Surely it's not just the Agberos and the
The
negatives.
development of Lagos started in 2007. If it is not Fashola's massive investment in infrastructure, Lagos was decrepit.
How long have you been in Lagos?
Sandra, I am a Nigerian. I'm a confirmed citizen. I follow all the development in all the states. So, having said that, Sandra, me is the doom. Not about promising. Anybody can promise you anything. You remember when Buhari was campaigning, they said that we say attacking Naira. There are a lot of promises. What you ask yourself, the person that is promising you, what are his antecedents? Is he a dictator? Is he somebody that imposed his will on everybody? You see, P2 did govern Anambra State for 8 years. He made sure that his successor was elected, but he left Anambra State for the Anambra State.
All right, thank you for calling. Temidayo Inidimu says Sandra P2B has transformed the campaign to issue-centered. So the traditional politicians are struggling. So please, pardon Ashiwaju. Answering the question with appropriate data is excellent. My dear P2B is not their mate. We need to strike the iron while it's hot. All acclaimed, educated, informed electorates are called to the challenge. Ashiwaju did not challenge P2B, but we, the electorates. I pray the situation shall permit us to answer Ashiwaju's questions at the poll. Temidaya, Inidimu Lagos. Temidaya is also laughing at me because I didn't complete that Yahoo boycott. We've got a message here from Hasbat. Hasbat says, it is clear to Nigerians who is more corrupt and who is more reliable, trustworthy and active between the candidates. So Baba doesn't need to criticize other candidates. They all have their own lapses. All right. Dare from Shangotude says, it's clear that Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigerians. When a man has nothing to do, he will not have anything to say. Talking of a supposed failure of an opponent on a campaign ground is pointless because I don't think that is what a campaign should be about. To me, all I can remember about Tinubu's 8 years in Lagos, apart from his tussle with Obasanjo, was Jeun Soke Kok Ti Jeun Shakpo, and that simply implied vote merchandise. That was a process through which thugs were enriched in Lagos, and he himself became a lord. If this is an achievement, Nigerians will judge in February. Okay. More messages here. Sandra, to answering your questions, how many Lagos people live in Anambra and how many Anambra people live in Lagos? Truth be told, Peter Obi had issues with Obiano over the said money, and that's why he left ABGA for PDP. The roads, education and poverty alleviation, where is Anambra in the world map today? Well, actually, really high up. Did he leave a strong decision or the strong man left government? Omenka John from Badila with that message there. Omenka John, thank you for your message. When you look at WIAC results and the results speak for themselves, but okay. We've got someone here, Mike from Lambasa. Mike says, As I really thank God Tinubu did not say Obi stole Anambra State's money and left Anambra people hungry. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, former governor is being challenged by his investment by different people, and not that he has embezzled public funds or owed salaries or owed pensioners or not paid contractors or left debt for his state. We cannot continue to waste public funds in the name of feeding people. At a time like this, we honestly need PO to move away from our usual style of lavishing public funds meant for development to give to individuals, which does not even get to 2% of the population. It's a shame that Tinubu does not have anything to say about Obi. All right, thank you for your message. Let's take a look at more messages that we have here. It's easier said than done. Emmanuel from Ikoton says, power generation and distribution are not cheap. Most Nigerians cannot afford to pay for power provided by private investors. Okay. In all ramifications, Mike Naja says, P2B is superior to Tinubu. I think that's what you meant to write. If Tinubu doesn't know what to say, he should relax. Okay. Kenneth from Lekki says, Tinubu claims he transformed Lagos. Ask him where are the water works that he met before 1999. Okay. We've got Olubi Samuel from Ogun State, who says, attacking opponents during campaign is nothing but okotomio narrative. Discuss how Nigeria's economy can be revived with 77 trillion naira debt. Olubi Samuel, thank you for your message. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you the news at 6 o'clock. After the news at 6, our step-down conversation today will be, do you want your children to have your candidate's character? That's the question I'll be asking at 6:15. As soon as the news is over, I'll be asking you this question. Do you want your children to have your candidate's character?
Area Info will be right back.
This message is...
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired get fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not.